We are going to be looking at a Steven Crowder video, and I must say this is a cringe warning. Put on your hazmat suits because this one is really going to be a tough one to stomach. Something interesting about Steven Crowder is that he is insanely smug to a degree where I can barely stomach watching his content. I don't really have that problem with other right-wingers. Like, I'll watch a Ben Shapiro clip. I don't really have a problem with watching a Ben Shapiro clip, but the way that Steven Crowder, delivers himself is really unbearable. He does these horrific voices that are really terrible. He's got a bunch of tools around him who are literally paid to laugh at his jokes. And overall, it's just really horrifying. It's really, really hard to get through this guy's videos. But he was doing coverage of what happened in the State of the Union address by Donald Trump. And I guess while he is hiding from Sam Seder, that is what he's doing. He's in his office. He has the Hodge twins with him too, which by the way is very disappointing about the Hodge twins. And even they look uncomfortable as to how unfunny the whole situation is, and all of his tools chiming in and laughing at his dumb jokes. But here's what's going to happen. This is going to be really hilarious because of how dumb this is. Steven Crowder is going to he's basically going to express an inability to comprehend the fact that polling data shows support for what AOC has proposed. Now, I talked about this polling data when I did the video on Tim Pool, and we're going to talk about it again here, but this is really hilarious. Check it out.
Really white and really strong for some reason. We have no idea as to why yet. We're still running some genetic testing, but we actually think that Barack Obama is like a Norwegian socialist. That's it.
No.
Trump just said that we're never going to be a socialist country. And look at who refuses to applaud. Here you go.
Socialism in our country.
Yeah, boo.
America was founded on liberty and independence, and not government coercion, domination, and control. We are born free.
Okay,
and
wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Sounds good, freedom. Sounds good.
Here it comes.
Wait. Son of a bitch! Oh, holy shit! They have a close-up! I should have anticipated this and not planned poorly my afternoon nap. Cortez, where were you? You were my number 2. I just,
That's one of the best zoom-in close-ups in the history of presidential speeches.
He looks like Grumpy Cat had sex with a crazier, older Grumpy Cat.
Yeah, Trump's a boss.
Awesome. So awesome.
He looked right at him when he said it, too.
He did. You knew that was a setup, and he's like, and camera 2, go.
He greased the palms of one camera guy. Everyone at the executive level at the networks, they don't like him. He's like, hey, listen, camera operator number 4, you know what to do. Yeah, there's that point of my love. Let's think about it. Current the stars of the Democratic Party. Bernie Sanders and Ocasio, Nina Pinta Santa Maria Cortez. These are the stars.
Yeah.
They're actual socialists. She actually thinks that she's going to pass some kind of 70% tax. I don't know. She explained it somehow.
The notion of socialism to that particular regime, what do you think about the president, why he did that?
Well, I think that he needs to do it because he feels himself losing on the issues. Every single policy proposal that we have adopted and presented to the American public has been overwhelmingly popular, even some with a majority of Republican voters supporting what we're talking about. When we talked about a 70% marginal tax rate on incomes over $10 million, 60% of Americans approve it.
No. What? Just a majority of Republicans support socialism.
What?
I thought this was well known. Hey, you person next to me, is this well? It's not well known. I don't know what I'm saying, Chris Matthews.
She probably went to Watts or something.
Let's be honest here.
Oh my gosh.
Do we have to act like that sounds like an intelligent woman?
No.
Do we have to pretend?
So,
Here's the thing. Nancy Pelosi doesn't sound like an idiot. I think she's wrong. I think she's the only person in politics who's proactively evil, but she doesn't sound like an idiot. Hillary Clinton doesn't sound like an idiot.
No.
This girl sounds like a moron.
Well, look, Trump says a lot of dumb stuff, and I think they went out and found the only person on the left that could possibly sound dumber and elected her to Congress as a 29-year-old bartender with no experience doing anything.
Right. Yes.
They've got their man, or woman in this case.
I could grab anyone by the p***. Why is it buffalo wings if it's chicken?
See, that's exactly.
she's getting rid
This
of
is the
dumb
best
blonde
debate
jokes.
ever. I think so too. Here's the thing about socialism. No matter how great you think the government is at giving you free stuff, people still don't want higher taxes. We started with the prank calls this week where we called black businesses.
Yeah.
They're like, would it make you more or less likely to support Governor Northam than he supports increased taxes? I don't want to pay more taxes.
No, man, no.
I want like the opposite of that.
I feel like this could be like a spoof. Like Donald Trump at some point wrote a playbook that said, "Oh, if they're going to beat me, here are all the things that you can do to beat me." And he's like laughing with his cronies behind the scenes. It's like,
Okay, so again, the voices that he does, like those imitating voices that he makes, are really, really bad. They are very, very bad voices that are really cringy, whether it be the girl voice that he tries to make or, whatever voices he's making, they're very bad. And the tools chiming in and laughing at their boss's jokes is very cringy on top of that. So first of all, Bernie Sanders and AOC are not socialist. And Trump saying that it's socialism and them getting pissed off makes sense because they are perceiving what Trump is calling socialism as their preferred policy positions, which is what it is. So that makes sense. But AOC and Bernie Sanders actually aren't socialists. They're not socialists. They're social democrats. The positions that they propose are norms in other modern industrialized nations, whether it be Canada, Germany, France, wherever France has, free college education. Canada has a Medicare for all system. Every other, modern industrialized nation has some form of universal health care or another. Canada has a universal system that Rand Paul fled to get his surgery, which debunks the notion, of course, that, why does everyone come to the U.S. for healthcare if it's, so bad? So that's the first thing. Now, the second thing is that he seems to not, know that opinion polling is a real thing, as if, no one's polled on this, and it's shocking because it's such a simple concept, and he's unable to comprehend it. Either he's unable to comprehend it, or he's just trying to act like he hasn't seen the data, or that it's unfathomable that her policies are popular with the American people. So, I've got a couple of polls here. Here's one from The Hill. It says, poll, a majority of Americans support raising the top tax rate to 70%. This, and I'll try to remember to leave the links in the description. It says, Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Republican critics have both called her proposal to dramatically increase America's highest tax rate radical, but a new poll released Tuesday indicates that a majority of Americans agrees with the idea. In the latest The Hill-Harris X survey, conducted January 12th and 13th after the newly elected congresswoman called for the U.S. to raise its highest tax rate to 70%, a sizable majority of registered voters, 59%, supports the concept. So 59% say that they actually support it. And it turns out that also 45% of GOP voters say they support it. So nearly a majority, 45 to 55, say that they support it. So 45 say yes, 55 say no. That's nearly a majority of Republicans that say they support raising it to a 70% tax bracket, which is absolutely insane. It says independent voters who were contacted backed the tax idea by 60 to 40%, while Democratic ones favored it 71 to 29. So massive support amongst Democrats, massive support, a supermajority with independents, and then nearly a majority with Republicans. That's nearly a majority. Now, other polls we've got here. Here's one from The Hill on Medicare for All. It says, more than half of Republicans in a new American Barometer poll say they support Medicare for All, also known as a single-payer healthcare system. It says the survey conducted by Hill TV and the Harris X polling company found that 52% of Republicans polled said they supported the option, while 48% said they opposed it. So what this goes to show you is AOC is not making stuff up. She's not making things up. She's not making up this polling data. It's not some random talking point. And the way that this was treated was as if it's like something they've never heard before. Like they've never heard the point of, hey, doofus, these things that AOC is proposing, they're massively popular. They're acting as if like they've never heard that before. Like that's totally foreign to them. They're like, well, it's like, you first hear something and you have to think through it, and they didn't have time to because they were doing it live because they're idiots. Well, how have you not seen this? This is shared everywhere. I don't understand that. And so you have that one, and you've got a bunch of other things as well. So here's another one on Medicare for All that shows 70% supported Medicare for All. This is an article from The Hill, which is going to cite a different poll. It's going to say a vast majority, 70% of Americans in a new poll support Medicare for All, also known as the single-payer healthcare system. The Reuters Ipsos survey found that 85% of Democrats said they support the policy, along with 52% of Republicans. So what you're looking at here is multiple polls. This one was from August 23rd of 2018, and the one that I just told you before was October 22nd, which came a couple months after. So she's dead on point, number one, that a majority support her policy positions. You can look at the polling on free college education. These things are massively popular, dude. Like, they're popular. Even the term socialism, now that's not getting good polling data amongst Republicans, but even that is on the rise in the Democratic Party. But I don't think those people know what socialism they're talking about. I think that those people are mistaking social democracy with socialism due to the ridiculously sort of, I don't know how to describe it, an environment that doesn't know the specific terms just because it's kind of confusing for the average everyday person. But she's not making it up out of thin air, doofus Crowder. Like, how is that? It's a very well-known point. So I really don't know how else to put that across to you. But, he then tries saying, AOC legitimately sounds like an idiot. Nancy Pelosi doesn't legitimately sound like an idiot. That's, exclusive to AOC. You're the one who sounds like an idiot. You just had the gall to respond to a clip from AOC while pretending that you are, you're totally foreign to the fact that these policies are extremely popular amongst the American people. You didn't even refute it. You didn't even bring up your own polling data or anything. You didn't even provide evidence. You just laughed it off. It's like, it'd be like me playing Crowder's video here and then just laughing the whole time and just making stupid voices, panning to a bunch of annoying tools who are laughing at their own boss's jokes, and then panning to the Hodge twins awkwardly sitting there and like, holy fuck, this isn't funny. It's probably hurting our brand. It's ridiculous. Like, who watches this shit, man? It's unbelievable. I can't fathom that. But, her opinions are popular, dude. I don't know how else to break it to you. And I think that this phenomenon may be something that Steven Crowder is just not ready to handle, because clearly he is so, just so dense. He's not even able to comprehend the fact that these positions that AOC supports are massively, massively popular. Okay, we're talking massively popular. Okay, there's a Fox News poll that asked about specifically raising taxes on those who make $10 million. I believe it was about over a 40-point margin. I think it was like 70+% said they agreed with it. That was a Fox News poll. Asked the question of, do you support raising taxes on those making more than $10 million a year? These things are popular, man. I know it's tough for you to stomach because you're a doofus right-wing clown. And it's ridiculous, man. This dude's he was born here, but I think his family's from Canada. So, I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts on this. Always, anytime that we're going to look at a Steven Crowder video, which it's really hard for me to get through because it's so insufferable, I'm going to give you a cringe warning to give you time to put on your hazmat suit.